Maybe you guys get ready to speak. We'll just have this and speak. We are live.
Calling the 9/15/25 meeting of the New Vernon Utility Service Board to order. This time we will stand and do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, call roll, please.
Hughes, Don Stewart,
Yep.
Terry Thompson,
Here.
Lindsay Morris,
Here.
Matt Hearns.
Present.
All right, at this time, I have a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Lindsay makes a motion. Any additions, corrections? All in favor?
Yeah, Terry, I'll second Lindsay's motion.
Matt seconds. Don abstains. All in favor?
Yay.
3-0. Public comment. Step up to the podium, please.
Good evening. Is that far enough away? Is that good? Okay.
You can have it close up to you or.
Andy Reddick with Reliable Comfort Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing. I'm the operations manager. This is Brad Dobbs, our licensed plumber. We are here to find out the details of what it takes. We were removed from the approved list last meeting and wanted to know what the process is to find out the details of how we fix that and to get on the list to be reapproved for work inside the city of North Vernon.
Okay, I think I'll let Russ address that, the general superintendent.
The reason we made that decision was there's two projects, one year or so ago and one just a few months ago, where showed up to do lateral work and you weren't, in our opinion, wasn't equipped to do it. So then you called in lawyers to finish the job. And it seems like to me, if they have to come in and finish the job on both jobs, lawyers come in and finished it. What's the point?
Lawyers does all of our excavation on all of our projects. Even if our guys are there, if Brad's there to doing all the pipes, we always sub our excavation work out to them because they have the machinery better equipped to do it and are better at excavation than us.
But that's why we made that decision.
Is that against rules to have excavation done by outside party?
Well, I mean, the problem is if you come in and get a permit to do a lateral repair, then if lawyers are going to do it, they're going to have to get another permit. Plus, lawyers are going to have to pay for the road cut permit, and it just seemed like that this doesn't really a very good way to do it. But that's up to the board if they want to let you back on. But I think if we do, there needs to be a note in there that, you know, if it's going to be a lateral replacement, it's going to have to be an outside contractor.
Even if we're laying all the pipe and they're just doing digging?
If you're laying the pipe on the job here, when you were starting to lay pipe, there was no gravel on site. Our spec says it's got to be 6 inches of gravel underneath the pipe.
Yes, number 8. Yeah, that was a mistake missed by our plumber on site. And our way of rectifying this is with Brad being our licensed contractor. He is going to be on every job, and we want to make sure that we have all the rules we need to follow to where we're doing everything up to code. Because the last thing we want to do is, one, not follow rules. Two, give the client, our customer, a faulty and potential problem in the future. But back to my original question is, are we allowed to sub out the excavation even if we're laying the pipe? Because if we're not, then we'll just get the machinery to do it ourselves.
But I think we need to know that going in if you're going to have lawyers come in and do the excavation work. I mean, I don't think we have a problem with lawyers doing the digging, but I think we need to know that up front, because I get a call from lawyers and say, hey, we're over here, these guys can't get it done. So
I don't know, remember the job that a year ago you're referring to. The one
It was on North Avenue. I can't give you the exact address.
right, this one was on High Street, and we were replacing the lateral out to the streets. We thought it was in there. It turned out to be on the city side. So we stopped, fenced everything off. You guys did your part. Evan called me the night before, says, hey, they're done. We're going back tomorrow. We didn't have a plumber available. That was our fault. That's the only one I was aware of that we were not on site on. And hindsight, obviously there was another one, but we just, like I said, we want to make sure we're compliant and doing and following.
The lawyers did all the work. They did even what was in the street.
Yeah, well, they said the street was done by you guys at that point. He knew he was complete when he notified me. Evan told me that late, but that I wasn't aware of the other one. But that's the only example that I was aware of that we were not present to lay our own piping and do that because we understand the people permit we're supposed to be there. Like I said, we just want to make sure we're following rules because you guys got enough projects. You don't need us being a thorn.
No, I understand. We appreciate that. Questions, comments, recommendations, motion?
Yeah, Terry, I'll make a motion to put this gentleman back on the list, but Russell will need to give him the instructions on when that pipe is laid, the gravel, what it's supposed to be done, and there has to be an inspection on it. All that will have to be followed. Now,
there's a checklist with each permit that states what the specs are and how they have to be, correct?
Yes. Time that you receive those.
Okay.
So whenever you get a permit, you will get that like 13-page list of the specs every time, and you will be asked to sign stating that you received it every.
So when you got the permit on this job on High Street, did you get that document?
That plumber that pulled it was Ryan, and he's not here. So, well, I'm sure if she's saying that we get it, I'm sure we did. Why we didn't follow that, that's a further questions I will be asking. But that's the reason we're going to make sure Brad is there because we will. I assure you, we will follow the rules.
Okay. Matt made a motion. I'll second. Any further discussion, questions? All in favor?
yay.
4-0. All right. Thank you.
Thank you much. Thank you, Russell.
Okay. Stormwater. Never we talked.
I think.
No, just
Tired.
sign us.
Oh, you want me? Okay.
My ears like when that is stormwater. They're
Well, we didn't have any. I mean, not about the like that. I don't know what they want to get. How much we got here in town, but I don't think we got it.
I showed 3/4 of an inch. I mean, I'm sure it is.
Seymour got 2 inches. I was surprised.
like going hard.
There was no issues with stormwater on that. We didn't put any water in the.
Yeah, didn't have enough
Actually,
to.
we still don't even have both purifiers online, so. Not that there's anything wrong with them, it's just not enough flow to put them online, just that short bit of rain. So I don't really have any stormwater on that. They're working on Jennings Street now. I don't know if you went down North Elm, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I have.
Did a really good job there, and they're on Jennings Street now. So
What happened at the end of Long Street up by the apartments?
main break.
Was it?
Yeah, Bill's had a few main breaks here since the last meeting, so I'll let him tell you about that. I don't really have anything else. I mean, on stormwater collection system, Backer's back in operation. It came down Thursday and fixed it. We used it today and it worked, so I'm hoping it's taken care of at this point. We did have to take the excavator to over to Bloomington. Some type of rodent got up in there and ate some of the wires, shorted out stuff, and
Probably either a mouse or a squirrel.
um, it ended up being better than what we thought it was going to be. The estimate was going to be about $5,400 for new watering harness, but then for some reason the rodents only ate the ground wires, so they were able to splice them and get us back going, and they said it would be fine. So it ended up being $2,400, which is still a lot, but
Yeah.
it's still better than $5,400.
Mhm.
So we got it back. It's operational. So, but I mean, we cleaned a main over on by the Methodist church today because one of them houses had a problem. So we cleaned the main just to make sure it was good and clear. So, then we'll be doing some cleaning here in the next few months and just getting ready. We always do a fall cleaning of our problem spots. So we'll probably start hitting that next month. So I don't really have anything else on collections. On wastewater plant, I have one out with the virus. So he'll be out until he gets a negative test. So, but everything in the plant seems to be okay. I mean, we don't have any problems. Clarifier's back online, as I said, and so good. So far, so good.
Okay, any questions or comments for Russell at this time? Thank you. Will? That's the big leaks.
Sunday the 7th in front of Erler's office on Stockwell, we had an 8-inch water main break. It actually bubbled up the asphalt pretty good. So the Jason Sanders, Linda's son, he's actually the one that called us and everything. So it took us right around 9 hours to fix. It was a very long night. So, yeah, that one is slowly making it, that stretch of main down Stockwell is slowly making its way higher and higher on the priority list. There's been 4 that I know of in the last 6 years on that stretch of main itself. So I'll make sure and pay special attention to it whenever we start doing the asset management plan in detail and make sure it's a higher criticality of it being replaced. The second one was Tuesday evening, the 9th, right at the end of Long Street where Long Street meets Westwood, that group of apartments there. That one itself was an 8-inch as well, and it only took us about 3 hours. We ended up, the guy that put the clamp on was newer, never put a clamp on before, and had not torqued it down to spec. So we ended up having to go back about 18 hours later and dig it back up and just tighten it down. So thankfully it was already located and we knew exactly where it was, and that took an hour or 15 minutes. On that, readings done for the month, we've got about 300 new camera meters in the ground in total. It seems to have shaved several hours off of the route so far. About 500 more meters still in stock to install. So hoping to have all of those in stock in the ground by end of year.
What's the status on the FlexNet system?
FlexNet system.
It's been working for months.
Yeah, it's been working since, when did we put those reels in? February. I mean, it's just, so far the meters seem to be communicating just fine. There was one or two that was blocked a bit by foliage down on Woodfield. That had to have an extended antenna on it. But other than that, all the meters are reading.
Good. How much time did that cut?
4 hours or so. It could judge because of precipitation and cloud coverage. Anytime you have a heavy rain or heavy snow or there's clouds, it slows down reading. Typically, we can do reading of all 2,600 census meters in about a day and a half. So this one was just at 8 hours. Get another 300 in and takes another 4 hours off. We don't have anything else in distribution unless you guys have got something for me.
Any questions or comments for Will?
Well, those two main breaks, they weren't at joints; they were out in the pipe, right?
Yeah, they're both older, mid-70s installations, and they were just on random spots in the pipes.
Okay, okay.
The one on the street's not in as bad a condition. The one on Stockwell has a lot of pitting on the outside of it. So it's going to fail again, and probably not too much longer from now.
Okay.
It's got a lot of clamps on it.
Okay.
Okay. Treatment plant. Plant's running fine. I really don't have anything to report there. I did have the kickoff meeting with my field group for our asset management plan. Do not have an update beyond that because Todd, their lead, was on vacation last week. Additionally, I had a webinar with 20 Water, updates on the lead service line replacement. There's currently the workings or the basics of a lawsuit from state primacy agencies towards the EPA for definitions. The EPA is being very vague when it comes to what actually needs replaced, and specifically in what is like the copper or the lead tail on the mains. Originally, the EPA said those lead whips are not part of the service line. State primacy agencies are saying, well, that is part of the service line. Water's moved through that pipe. So there's some clarification needing done. So that's what it's all about. So starting in 2027 and following through 2037, any service lines that have been deemed lead or under the influence of lead, galvanized iron, all have to be replaced. And from 27 to 37, we have replaced at least 10% of all services every year to be in compliance. So we're still narrowing down some. I don't have a firm number on how many will need to be replaced. The vast majority, in my knowledge, were replaced when we did Walnut Street project. I don't think we still have a lot, but we're still, gathering details.
What about the older areas of town like Irish Hill and over about those same
given
areas?
The age of Irish Hill, a lot of those houses got their stuff redone in the 80s and 90s, simply because of what they had in there originally had their life long enough. They already broke at some point in time, and somebody already replaced it. A lot of plastic in Irish Hill.
Good.
So, and that's all I've got.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Will.
Yep.
One other thing, Terry, I forgot to mention, we did have a contractor hit the force main coming from northwest. Originally, I thought maybe they hadn't called in locate, but after research and got a ticket number, they did call it in, so we missed it. It was on us. So we'll be on the hook for that repair. The only aggravating thing is they knew they hit it. They taped it up with black tape. Claimed they called the office, but I have a hard time believing that they called the office and one of these three girls didn't get a hold of me or Harold. So, but we'll have to pay for it because it visually wasn't marked. So
Yeah. What would that end up being?
I don't know. I'd say a couple of grand probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't got a bill on it or anything yet. They're just lucky the guy putting the tape on the pump didn't kick on, or he probably wouldn't have been happy.
No, probably wouldn't have. Okay, moving on, I have claims in the amount of $104,713.99. At this time, may I have a motion to approve the claims and transfers?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Don makes a motion. Do I have a second? Lindsay seconds. Any discussion, questions? If not, all in favor?
Yay.
Carries 4-0. Kara?
Taylor is here tonight to go over past due accounts with you guys. So she's passed out a spreadsheet that's color coded. You guys want to take a look at it? Have any questions? Just want to kind of update you on where we're at with the past due accounts.
Let's see. There's been a few on here that I've had to, I've tried to get in contact with their landlord. Only one of them has gotten back with me, and they gave me a new phone number to contact the tenant. And I put on here, the customer said we won't be getting any money from him because he owes a lot of people money. So,
What?
because he owes a lot of people money, and he said we won't be getting any money from him. So, one more letter I send out to him, he'll end up going to legal. So, and there's just been not a lot of communication from customers in regards to their return receipts. They're not signing them, and they're just being returned back to me. So either people aren't home to sign them, or I know they make attempts like 3 times in a month to get them to them. But a lot of them get sent back to me because nobody signs them.
There's the one in the purple. Is that the one that they want to write off?
Not quite. Those are the ones that I have closed their accounts and applied their deposits to.
Okay.
I believe there might be a few on there that we've sent to the attorney. Yeah, there's one on there. But yeah, several of those people I can't get in contact with, even with a new forwarding address or anything. So majority of their mail comes back to me. The ones in the yellow, they're on a payment plan.
Are their payment plans current?
A couple of them are not, and they're about to not be allowed to have another payment arrangement. So
This one we just did.
but they still have a little bit of time this month to make a payment, and if not, I think they're not even on our service. They have just sewer, so obviously we can't shut sewer off or anything. But I'll end up sending them another letter out if they go past, their arrangement date. So, yeah.
Does the payment arrangement, if they don't keep it current, is that when we put a lien on the property?
So the payment arrangement is basically, so like the first customer there, she's come in and we've done a payment arrangement for her to pay X amount of dollars plus her normal bill every month.
Mhm.
Once she fails to pay that, then we have to start the process of sending the first, second, and third letter. Once we've sent the third letter, then she can be sent to legal.
Yep.
But there are no liens placed when a payment arrangement is done.
Well, like they responded to their first letter I sent them back in July, and that's why they came in to put it in a payment arrangement. But then I'll probably proceed with, doing letters again until we either get payments from them or, they get sent to legal. So
All these renters, are they just out of that building? Is that why they're closed?
yep. And then
Do they move somewhere else and open up a new account?
usually not within North Vernon, they're not there. So
No.
and there's been a few that I've tried to get a hold of, and I just don't get any response from anybody, or just
Is that amount even worth sending it to legal?
Which
Like,
one?
I mean, all these renters like that you're just sending second, third letters to? Or if you close their account, do you not send a letter then if their account is closed?
No, if their account's closed, then they still get a letter.
They
Yeah.
still have to pay eventually.
yeah.
Lindsay, I would say the ones that are like the one that's $37, we're not going to take that
Yeah.
one.
That's what I was thinking.
Or $50, but
Isn't it 250 or over?
there was the previous board made a decision and a motion that anything over 250, we would proceed with legal.
Yeah.
So the ones that are renters, they've either moved out of town or out into the county. Because what we do is if they come in to rent, like with a new lease, we look them up.
Yeah.
And if their name comes up, hey, you've got to pay this before you can open this.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why we require a lease. Not just, to make sure that we don't have squatters, but to also, if two people are leasing a place and the girlfriend had it in her name before and racked up a bill, we're going to look up both of those names to make sure that neither one of them have an account. Russell, did you have a question?
No.
Okay, Taylor, stay on them.
I am. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got a few more letters to send out tomorrow. So,
Good.
but yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, Carol, what else do you have for us?
Here, I don't have my phone, so it won't do anything.
Hey, Sue.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hanging in there. Hanging in there.
You have for us tonight.
The one thing I wanted to make mention of is that if any of you had streamed into the budget meeting on Thursday, there was a statement made, and it was because I hadn't gotten any information to Charlie yet. He did some calculations and he didn't believe that we could meet our budget with revenues. I updated that and showed him how I got to the place, and we have good coverage on our existing debt, and we can cover our budget that we had put in. So he sent me an email on Saturday morning and said that he appreciated it, the information, and he says that yes, he would agree that we can do our budget. So I just wanted to update you on that has become, we have a packet that we send at budget time, and it has the debt backup, the payroll backup, and then it has all of the appropriation numbers. I have now placed on the appropriation portion of it the revenue portion also. So that will be a standard piece of information that gets given to both the mayor and the clerk treasurer in the future budgets. Because don't forget, we still have one more pre-approved rate increase that will go into effect as of January the 1st of 2026. And, because the last time we did 5 years worth. And so next year in 2026, we will need to we will need to do another analysis to see if we need to keep it, doing rate increases. Most likely we will, because what it does is it prevents us from having to have a double-digit increase like 5 years out. So this way we just have a little bit every year that keeps even with customers' increases themselves. But we're due to have that analysis out for your review, and then hopefully for you to approve to send to council for their approval. But that's in 2026. So it gives you something to look forward to. And other than that, that's all I got.
Thank you, Sue. Any questions or comments for Sue? Okay, City Council.
I didn't go.
Didn't go either.
Unfinished business. New business.
Man, we got final plans for comments on Wawa, so it's still moving, sounds like.
Good.
Haven't heard anything on Duncan, so, for several months. I talked to Marie, she hadn't heard anything either, so I'm not sure where that's at.
Okay, is there anything we can do for you people? Any other questions, comments? I have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Lindsay makes a motion. I'll second. All in favor?
Yay.